a big week for earnings with 1,400 companies reporting. A lot of big names are going, and you'll be surprised who's on the list. Obviously, it's not FANG or Microsoft, but a lot of popular stocks are reporting, and I'm bringing 5 of them here to you today. Some have great charts, some are just in industries that we're all going to be watching, but what are they? Let's dive right in. Okay, leading off on this video is PayPal, and as you can see, they have a great track record. They haven't missed since our data began in 2016. Some of those smaller arrows might be a meet, not necessarily just the beat, but still, this is an impressive record. And now shares look like they want to test that recent high in early 2020. They got a big bounce off their coronavirus sell-off here. Is it, worth it? Is it priced for perfection? Shares aren't cheap here, but everybody's buying everything online. So it's got to be a pretty good quarter for them, but we'll see. And then switching over to also something in the payment area, Square, ticker SQ. They too have a great track record. They haven't missed since our data began in 2016. But the shares got a little bit more of a sell-off there with the coronavirus sell-off, and not quite as much of a rebound as PayPal. So this one is going to be kind of interesting. I know a lot of people are negative on Square here for a variety of reasons, because a lot of businesses are shut down, obviously, right now, their customers. But this is one to watch to see kind of what's going on with small businesses out there. And then switching over to one of the big travel names, Booking, formerly known as Priceline. I own this one in my own personal portfolio. I haven't done anything. It's crashed down like you would expect it to. It's got a little bit of a rebound here, but what does that mean? I listened in on the conference call last quarter where they were already dealing with China and Europe being basically shut down. They were optimistic. They've been through many travel disruptions in the past, including SARS, the 9/11, various other things. And so they were managing through it, but now we have gone through the US shutdown during this last quarter. So this will be an interesting one to listen in on. I really recommend people listen in on these conference calls. I'll probably try to live tweet this one out because they are so global, and they have their pulse on everything that's going on out there. They have a good track record with just the 2 misses in the last 5 years. Nobody really cares about the beat or the miss here. It's all about the guidance and when they see business returning. When will people go back to hotels, rent that apartment, get on that airplane? We don't know, so doubt they know either, but at least we're going to get some of their expertise and what they are thinking is going to be happening out there. So Booking Holdings, this is going to be a key one. And then switching over to one of the big IPOs of last year, Uber. And they have a pretty good track record of beating so far with the 3 beats out of the 4 tries. 3 beats out of the 4 tries. But, shares have fallen here as fewer people are getting into Ubers, and they have released some plans for what to do when there's more of the reopening, and including having their drivers wearing masks while they drive. So this one, a little bit unknown what's going to be happening here and how quickly their business is going to bounce back. There's been some rumors of some layoffs maybe occurring out there at the corporate level. So we'll have to see what happens with that. And then I'm going to wrap it up with one of the medical companies, Zacks Sciences. People might not be as familiar with this one, but they make the Cologuard. So most people are familiar with that, the colon cancer test that you can do at home. That's why you see the big gains in the shares as they've been adding doctors who are prescribing it. It is covered by most insurance plans. It captures, I think they said 92% of the colon cancers out there. So will this gain in popularity while the shutdown is happening? People can't get colonoscopies at the hospital, or they're not going to want to go to the hospital for the next weeks or months because of the coronavirus. So maybe doctors will be ordering more of the Cologuard. We will see. They have a good track record, just the 2 misses in the last 5 years. Are these shares a deal here? I don't know. We're going to find out, but this is also one a lot of people are going to be watching this week. As I said, this is a busy week for earnings. These are just 5 of the names I picked out. There's a lot more. I'll be tweeting out a lot of the other names, as well as the charts, what to look for, and as well as some of the conference calls I'll be listening in on. I'm trying to listen in as many as possible. Some I can't do live because they're at the same time. So some I'm doing a little bit later, but I am checking in to see what these companies are saying, and you should too. But either way, be sure to follow us here at Zacks and get all of our videos and all of our podcasts, everything, because we are covering everything happening this vital earnings season and what the guidance is or is not looking like going forward. So be sure to tune in. All of our videos are at zacks.com/YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter under Zacks. Also, Twitter under my name is where I'll be posting all the charts. And get our podcast too. We're on all the podcast platforms here. We're on obviously Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. So get all of our shows on any of these platforms, but be sure to get us somewhere. And I'll see you again next week with some more earnings charts.